In the corner. Reckon we'll do it, me and you, Jamie. Let's go. Hey, Gibson, what's going on, man? What's going on? Mayor Garland's supposedly going after Trump with a special counsel. Another one.
That have received significant public attention. Ongoing criminal investigations that have received significant public attention. The first, as described in court filings in the District of Columbia, is the investigation into whether any person or entity unlawfully interfered with the transfer of power following the 2020 presidential election or the certification of the Electoral College vote held on or about January 6, 2021. The second is the ongoing investigation involving classified documents and other presidential records, as well as the possible obstruction of that investigation, referenced and described in court filings in a pending matter in the Southern District of Florida. I'm joined today by Deputy Attorney General Lisa Monaco, U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia Matthew Graves, and Assistant Attorney General for the Criminal Division Kenneth Polite. Assistant Attorney General for National Security Matthew Olson could not be here. He is currently in Germany representing the department at the G7 Home Affairs and Security Ministerial. U.S. Attorney Graves has been ably leading the investigations into the events leading up to and on January 6. He and dozens of assistant U.S. attorneys and other prosecutors have taken on the monumental task of conducting over 900 prosecutions in defense of our democratic institutions. Criminal Division prosecutors under the able leadership of Assistant Attorney General Polite have played a significant role in those prosecutions. Assistant Attorney General Olson has been ably leading the team responsible for investigating the matter involving classified documents and other presidential records, as well as the possible obstruction of that investigation. All of the career prosecutors assigned to these matters are conducting their work in the best traditions of the Department of Justice. I also want to recognize the efforts of the many FBI agents and other law enforcement personnel who are assigned to these matters. They are working courageously and steadfastly and are serving our nation honorably. I am grateful to them. We all are. The Department of Justice has long recognized that in certain extraordinary cases, it is in the public interest to appoint a special prosecutor to independently manage an investigation and prosecution. Based on recent developments, including the former president's announcement that he is a candidate.
Hey, this is Savannah over at U.S. Express.
All right, hold on a minute, Savannah. Hold on, all right?
Okay.
Hold on. Miss Rhonda, that's Savannah at U.S. Express.
For president in the next election,
shows you how
and the sitting president's stated intention to be a candidate as well.
Y'all go over to
I have
YouTube
concluded that it is in the public interest to appoint a special counsel. Such an appointment underscores the department's commitment to both independence and accountability in particularly sensitive matters. It also allows prosecutors and agents to
Y'all
continue
know
their
what's
work
coming. They
expeditiously
know what's
and to
coming.
make decisions indisputably guided only by the facts and the law. The special counsel will conduct parts of the first investigation I just mentioned. The investigation into whether any person or entity unlawfully interfered with the transfer of power following the 2020.
They did. Democratic Party, when they stole the election in 2020. They did interfere. We've seen it. We showed you videos of it.
Presidential election, or with the certification of the election.
Showed you videos of it going on in 2022 out there in Arizona. Showed you the same videos. What are you doing about that, Garland? You slimy piece of shit. This guy was a judge. This guy's a lawyer. He knows better than this. Tribunals.
Held on or about January 6th. This does not include prosecutions that are currently pending in the District of Columbia or future investigations and prosecutions of individuals for offenses committed while they were physically present on the Capitol grounds on January 6th. Those investigations and prosecutions will remain under the authority of the U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia.
District of Columbia,
The special
that needs to be
counsel
done
will
away
also
with.
conduct the investigation involving classified documents and
Valerie,
other
what's going on,
presidential records,
Butch?
as well as the possible
Gina.
obstruction of that investigation.
Where's Cassie at? Keith
Today,
Richardson's
I
watching.
signed
What's
an
up?
order appointing
Y'all go over
Jack
to the
Smith
YouTube channel.
to serve as special counsel.
Where's Robbie?
The order authorizes him
Robbie
to
will put it in
continue
here,
the
I'll pin it.
ongoing investigation into both of the matters that I have just described and to prosecute any federal crimes
Butch.
that may arise from those investigations. Mr. Smith is a veteran career prosecutor. He began his prosecutorial career in 1994 as an assistant district attorney with the New York County DA's office. In 1999, he became an assistant U.S. attorney for the Eastern District of New York, where over the course.
Let's see what we got going on.
Unfounded speculation, real fraud backed by evidence. The state's attorney general and governor-elect, Josh Shapiro, a Democrat, has arrested a Democratic political consultant for the forgery of over 1,000 signatures on petitions required to get candidates onto ballots.
I think this was 2019.
Shapiro says Rasheen Cruz forged signatures on nomination petitions to get his clients, typically judicial candidates running for common pleas and municipal court judgeships in Philadelphia, on the ballot for the 2019 Democratic primary races there.
Why would he do
the
that?
investigation
Because
found
judges
that
have
after
a lot
the
of power.
candidates hired Cruz, he recruited people
Robbie,
to
pin
help
it in
with
here
the
and
petition work
put it
by
in here and I'll
bringing them
pin
to a
it.
hotel room and asking them to write names, addresses, and forge signatures on the petitions. Shapiro's office says Cruz then had those petitions notarized
Thank you, Robbie.
and filed with the Pennsylvania Department of State. Quote, of the petitions that were reviewed, over 1,000 signatures were determined to be duplicated. Many names and addresses were found repeated on various petition pages. Some pages appeared to be photocopied entirely, and some of the listed individuals claimed to have never
He didn't look at
signed
anything
the
in
petitions
2020,
in
though.
question. Now,
Or
that tracks
2022.
with what former Congressman Bob Brady, chairman of the
This is
city's
Shapiro.
Democratic Committee, and who was one of the first to flag the alleged fraud, told the Philly Inquirer at the time, quote, the petitions were atrocious and appeared to be what are known as kitchen table jobs, when people fill in the names of voters who did not actually sign the petitions. Brady also said some of the petition packages had what appeared to be photocopied pages from other petitions, which is not allowed. Cruz apparently made thousands of dollars doing this, apparently being paid about $2 to $3 for each signature.
Oh,
Several candidates had to
making
drop
some
out
money.
when they discovered the forged paperwork. None of them
How
are
much were
alleged
the
to have
mules
known
paid
about
per
it or had
ballot?
anything to do with the fraud. Cruz has denied the accusations, instead blaming the workers he hired to gather the signatures. Now, keep in mind, Cruz is an active political consultant who's worked on a number of state and local races. Campaign finance records show Shapiro's own AG campaign paid Cruz $2,000 back in 2016 for consulting services. Earlier this year, Pennsylvania Democratic Congressional Campaign paid Cruz $800 for being a poll worker. Joining me now is attorney Matt Haverstick. He litigates election cases in Pennsylvania. He's represented Pennsylvania Senate Republican Caucus, various state congressional representatives there and other Republicans in the state. Welcome to the show. Thanks so much for coming on. This is a crazy story. It seems like a pretty big deal, isn't it?
Laura and Bobart.
It is, yes and no. There's always, especially in Philadelphia, sort of a low-level background radiation type of fraud that's often this kind of petition challenge nonsense. But this is a pretty organized scam that the guy had going. So yeah, I mean, and for someone to be charged, considering that in every primary there is probably on almost every petition circulated somebody's forged signature, it's a pretty big deal for someone to be charged.
So let's be clear. Let's separate out for people the difference between a forged signature on a ballot, for example, and a forged signature in something like this.
So in Pennsylvania, like in a lot of states, before you get on the ballot, you actually have to go circulate petitions and get a requisite number of signatures. And what happens inevitably is somebody gets aggressive or anxious or wants to be a hard worker and recruits people to sign the petitions in the name of other people. They go through the phone book. A lot
Thanks
of
for the link, Robbie.
like that. And some of them are not even necessarily malicious. But that's different than, say, someone forging a name on a mail-in ballot. I mean, that's the latter, I'd say, is a much more serious offense. And that's one that, obviously we want to watch out for.
Now, look, you've represented a lot of Republicans in the state. We're talking about a leading Democrat here, the governor-to-be in the state, the attorney general of the state, busting a major Democrat who actually worked on his own campaign. It sounds like, based on the quote to the Philly Inquirer, there were other Democrats involved in bringing this guy down. It sounds like all the Democrats brought down their fellow Democrat.
I don't always see eye to eye on the governor-elect and a lot of things, but I do give him credit. This operative apparently is well-known in Philly and worked on a lot of campaigns. So the governor elected the right thing and arrested someone who, at least on the surface, looks like was really up to organized no good as opposed to sort of sporadic no good with the petitions.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. David Carradine, this is what happens when you mess with a Cheyenne monk. Grasshopper. Robbie, you don't know nothing about no Cheyenne monk? Well, watch what my man David Carradine does. Watch him.
I wish no trouble.
He wishes no trouble. But them white cowboys is done last old the wrong one.
Then I'm just going to push you some slanty man until your brains come to order. Then I figure you'll tell me where to find your kin. And I'm going to be there, all liver and lightning.
Liver and lightning? He ain't no damn Cheyenne monk. That's a white guy. Well, they're dragging him through the weeds. Dragging him through the weeds.
I said get up.
That's racist as hell, messing with that Chinese man like that.
Get up. Get up.
Him?
Oh.
Yeah. One-way conversation.
Yeah, one way.
Now, slanty man, where you going to meet him?
Slanty man? That's racist as hell. They could have just got him a black guy and used the N-word. What channel is this on? We're going to boycott this shit.
Don't you hear nothing? I said, where are you going to meet him?
Me who?
I know less of him than you. Well, you better start knowing.
Hold on.
Rick, you pound sand into him and you're liable to find grip.
Not this thing, Pa. He don't say more than a blink.
Rick, you're taking the wrong route.
Take the ropes off of him, boy.
Carry your gun, knife.
I told him to move on, Ed. Now, wait a minute. Short minute. You enjoy being trussed up like a hog?
What'd I tell you?
What is it you want?
Mr. Rankin?
That'd be me.
I am told I might find my brother Danny.
The drifter. Take him on back.
His brother did it, and this one's of the same blood.
Now, beating on a dead frog, don't make a fight of it. I know, son, you've been wrong.
Beating on a dead frog, don't make a fight of it.
But this ain't no way to go about it. Joe, come on, Bray.
Bray!
Joe, Rick, you better listen to your pa.
If you say so, Pa.
And get your ass whooped, boy.
You better get rid of him, Ed. If he don't stink of death, I never saw a carcass.
Where's your cowboy hat at?
Now, your brother ain't here. But there's a lot of us here that'd like to know where he's at.
If my brother has done wrong, I will...
What he's done wrong, he's done. You can't walk life out here by twos. Now, I see you ain't got a knife or a gun. Now, there ain't no harder land in this country, this side of hell, than what you're standing on.
Oh.
You know, Apache would have you drawn and quartered before you ever saw a shadow. That's the red of it, Injun. Now, you mix the red with the white.
He's going to races against a red man now. The China man and the red man. I wonder how he feels about the blacks.
And you got a burned bear dancing on cactus, and that'd be me.
I ask only...
I'm telling. You stand at the bottom of your grave, and you ain't closer to death than you are on this ranch with my son. The way he was raised. The man's property can't be stole without you stealing a piece of the man. Why did you go back where you come from?
I come from China. I can't get back across the water until I get my money from my brother.
The Lord puts faith on fools. Fools. If they don't stay at it too long.
They called him the Slanty Man. His eyes ain't slanty. That's the grave they had dug for him right there. Look at that. Ooh! It's got the rattlesnakes in there. Ooh, they was gonna dump him in the rattlesnake pit. And then just cover him up. Watch it. Watch him, he's gonna jump in there and grab them rattlesnakes. Ooh, we're gonna get a copyright strike if we keep playing this shit. I wanted to see him do some kung fu. See how good he... Not with no Slanty Man, I won't, not likely. Damn, I can't even read this stuff, man. It's a damn racist. He don't have like one good fight scene in the first episode. That's how deadly he was. He was killing people left and right, stunt men. He put a bunch of them in the ground out there in California. Uh-oh.
Hey, man, where's your big gorilla friend now?
Uh-oh.
Hey, you fat fuck, I'm talking to you. I said I need my money.
This is a family show.
I don't owe you anything. You must want to get fucked up, don't you?
Must want to. What happened?
You won't give me my money.
What the hell are we watching?
Both. You hear?
He's a ginger. You can treat gingers any kind of way you want to, just like you can the Slanty Man.
Hear that? That boy over here is trying to back out of our arrangement. Oh, don't kill him, Miles.
Don't kill him there, Miles.
What the hell is going on out here? Why don't you mind your own fucking business, you old nigger? What the fuck?
Oh! Oh, you can't say that. What kind of TV channel is this?
Did you say you...
This must be racist TV or something. Talk about the Slanty Man, talk about the Indians, and these kids is calling him an N-word.
Punk ass motherfucker.
Ooh. And they beat up a gym.
You okay, kid? Yes, sir.
You all right, man? Get your ass up, you punk ass bitch. Letting them guys beat up on you like that. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Oh, hit the wrong button. That was the wrong button. My bad. My bad.
In the course of 9 years, he prosecuted matters ranging from gang murders of police officers to civil rights violations. From 2008 to
Kung Fu will make
2010,
friends with the snake.
he served with the International Criminal Court,
Michael,
where he supervised war
call
crimes
in, Lena.
investigations. In 2010, Mr. Smith returned to the Justice Department to serve as chief of the Public Integrity Section, where he led a team of more than 30 prosecutors who handled public corruption.
He led a team of 30 crooked prosecutors. He left that word out.
Election crimes cases across the United States. In 2015, he agreed to serve as the first assistant U.S. attorney for the Middle District of
That
Tennessee.
shit should have been burned into the back of your eyelids. So you could, it's 404-363-0618. What?
presidency.
You heard what I said.
Later becoming the acting United States Attorney. Most recently, Mr. Smith served as a
Sonny
chief
Porter's
prosecutor
on here watching.
for the special court.
Now, Sonny, we done watched some Kung
charged with
Fu.
investigating and
We
adjudicating
watched another
war
movie where
crimes
this
in
guy was calling this black guy the N-word. We had to turn that off.
Kosovo.
They get us took down using
Mr.
that kind of
Smith
language
will
on here.
begin his work as special counsel immediately and will be returning to the United States from The Hague.
What's he doing in The Hague? What is America doing over there? Oh, they're setting up, they're trying to get this world domination thing going on, the New World Order. That's a conspiracy theory, Jamie. Well, no, it's not. They're all talking about it now. It's all front page news.
Throughout his career, Jack Smith has built a
363.
reputation as an impartial
Lena.
and determined
363.
prosecutor who leads teams with energy and focus to follow the facts wherever they lead.
Bullshit. Listen to you lie no more. Breaking dozens of documents linked to pedophile Jeffrey Epstein's associates will be unsealed after judge rules public interest trumps privacy. Oh, so we're going to get... What about the list of the people that she was trafficking people to? When are we going to get to see that list? That's public interest, ain't it? I'd like to see some of them people on that list. See if they're any of our elected officials. I'd like to find out. Satire publication Babylon B is being reinstated on Twitter. Flat Earth, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Chicago, baby.
What's up, Chicago? How you doing?
Oh, it's snowing hard here. It's cold. It's January.
It's cold down here this morning. It was like 29 when I got in the truck, but it ain't snowing.
The snowman's balls have fallen off. It's that cold over here.
Damn. Snowman's balls has fell off.
Listen, what do you think about Nancy Pelosi? I've been told that she's gone, but yet she's still going to be in Congress. Is that true?
She's still going to be in Congress, but she's not running for to be like the head of the minority.
You mean the thunder cunt that she is?
Yeah. She, because Republicans took the House, so we'll be appointing the Speaker.
And who is that? Who do you think that's going to be?
They're saying McCarthy.
Oh, God help us.
Yeah, I don't want McCarthy up there.
No, those rhinos are
Yeah.
no good.
And they they reelected McConnell to the head of the Senate, to the minority leader of the Senate.
Another rhino.
Yep, they did that in some backroom deal.
So do you think that this is really going to go down? You're like, I woke up at 9:30 and they're all talking about this. They're going to investigate. Fuck Hunter Biden. He's already going to go to jail. But they're going to go for Joe Biden with all the Ukraine and all the
Yeah,
Obama bullshit.
and the human trafficking too.
I hope so.
That guy come out yesterday and said, let's make this clear. This is an investigation into Joe Biden.
Right.
Now, the left is going to try to spin it and go, well, it was Hunter doing all this shit. Well, that's not what the emails say. The emails don't say that. The email says Joe knowed all about this shit. They were commingling money. They were getting keys to offices for Joe, his brother, the Chinese guy they were doing business with, and Hunter. But they brought up that about trafficking.
Yeah, but the leftards still think this is insane, that we're crazy.
Well, like the guy said yesterday, though. He said, this is going to be a little bit different for he was talking to the media. He said, it's going to be a little bit different for y'all because we have evidence.
But they've always had the evidence. They had the laptop.
Well, they did, and the people that were in charge didn't do anything with it. The FBI needs to be disbanded. The FBI's had that laptop for 3 years.
Yeah, they're all involved.
They are. It's a dirty can of worms, and Trump has exposed how dirty and corrupt our system is.
Okay, but here is my point.
Xavier.
So if the FBI, the CIA are involved, who's on top of them? Military.
Yep, the
The
military.
military gone rogue.
Well, hopefully the military will step in and straighten this shit out. If not, it's going to get nasty in the streets, I believe.
Yeah, but did you know that like over 70% of our military are millennials?
Yeah, and a bunch of them have been stuck with the jab, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I got a video in here. Somebody was doing a dissection of a brain, and it shows the clots in the brain. It's nasty. But these are like huge blood clots in the brain. And they're saying it come from the jab.
Oh, yeah. Here, I'll give you one real quick here. So, my sister, 100% libtard, Democrat, Baxter, her child, and his wife, right?
Uh-huh.
They have 2 children. The baby was just admitted into the hospital. A breastfed baby is morbidly obese at 6 months old. And they had to, what day is it today? Tuesday. They had to admit the baby. They couldn't even find a vein on the baby. So they had to do some scans to find the vein because it has that RSD or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
She's been nursing the baby, and they say 75% of the vaccine goes to the baby, right?
Yep.
6 months old.
Yep.
And she is beyond, she's a vaccine Nazi.
Well, how does she feel now?
Oh, well, no, they're going home now.
No, I'm saying, how does she feel about the vaccine now that that has affected her child?
Oh, no, they're that insane. She's okay. You know what my aunt just said?
What?
Okay, she's wealthy. She is fully jabbed. I'm talking the 2, and then she got the other 2. Now they have the 3rd one, or the 4th one, whatever. I don't know, the booster.
The boosters, yeah.
Booster. She told my mother, oh my God, before she goes to her big Hawaii house, her 2nd house, I have to go get another vaccine so I don't die. Really? That's why you're bleeding out of your asshole and you admitted at the hospital for 5 days and there's no reason why?
Unknown caller.
People are not thinking straight.
No, they're not. Does she have her wheel done out?
Huh?
Does she have her wheel made out? Is her wheel done?
Oh, no, it's my uncle who's got the big Coronas. I mean, he's got the big cash. But he's the same one that's dishing out Black Lives Matter, everything. He's had his catalytic converter stolen twice, 4 cars stolen twice. My mom, her catalytic converter stolen, all in Rogers Park, Chicago, Evanston, Illinois. They are so indoctrinated. They just don't want to believe it, but they keep giving to Black Lives Matter. But they won't accept me or my children. Now, I know that you know, maybe you don't. I've got brand new twin grandchildren.
No, I didn't know you had new twin grandchild. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. They're,
Well, congratulations.
thank you, brand new. And my son, he's only 18, but I'm here for them. I said, if you get anything done to those children, and I'm talking, do not get anything anymore, like our days.
Yeah.
Chicken pox, all that bullshit. It's got all the weirdness in it. And now all of a sudden, my oldest daughter, she had to take the jab because she works for Cook County.
She had to take it?
Well, or she's going to lose her job.
Yeah. What?
So mom, she makes good money. She had to make that choice because she's a single mom.
Well, you can't spend none of that good money
What?
when you're in a grave.
Yeah, but yeah, how's that money going to do when you're dead?
Yeah.
And this is the thing. She's got female problems and
Yep.
all of a sudden she's got the shingles.
Yep, they say that they say it makes women have like heavy menstrual flows, and it's, I don't know. I wouldn't take it. I'd be unemployed.
I would rather live in a shopping cart before I take that bullshit. These people are so freaking stupid. It's not FDA approved.
Nope.
And if you ask these people 7 years ago, would you eat
Unknown caller.
not FDA approved? They would say no. There's something wrong with these people. I hope your listeners are listening. I hope Google is listening to me. You people are stupid as fuck. Fuck.
You heard it. She said
Not
y'all are stupid.
FDA approved. And guess what?
What?
My daughter just lost her pension. She read the fine line. If you've taken the vaccination, you get nothing. Her child will get nothing.
If something happens to her, she won't get anything.
If my daughter dies off, my grandson, who's not vaccinated, will not ever be taken care of from her money.
See, that's where the class action lawsuits are going to come in. That's going to break big pharma. More and more of this information is coming out on how deadly and dangerous this shit is. More and more is coming out every day about it.
Yep. And these people got to look up Thomas Wren. He's suing for $500 trillion across the world.
Sassy. She don't think Google cares. Oh, they do, Sassy. Sassy, if you don't believe me, go start you a channel and then talk about shit like act like you're me and see how fast they take you down. But Chicago, I appreciate your call. Congratulations on the twins.
Wait, is someone denying that?
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of libtard dumbasses over there. There's one girl called Serena.
My best friend. Hey, listen, the libtards over there, and then I'm gonna hang up. Hey, libtard over there. 24-year-old, perfectly healthy. Just found out last week she has 3 tumors in her head. Okay? 3 tumors. And guess what?
What?
She just got her second jab. And now her parents made her get the booster.
That's just stupid, man. Some people you can't tell them anything. Some people you can't tell them anything.
These people are so stupid. Hey, guess what? Hey, do yourself all a favor over there, you libtards, you Democraters. Start piecing out. Start doing drugs. Just give up. Because you are no hope to our country. You're going to kill our country off. We are going to have no military because of your stupid ideology. You're stupid. It's not FDA approved. And if you gotta look it up again, look up Robert Malone, the inventor of the mRNA, and also look up Thomas Wren.
Look up Thomas Wren, Sassy.
Huh?
I told her to Sassy. Her name's Sassy over in the YouTube side.
Yeah, Sandra.
Sassy.
Sandra, sweet darling, let me tell you something. I hope I'm still on air here before I hang up.
Yeah.
Sandra, I have a 6-month-old niece that's in NIC unit again. Okay? Breastfed only. Her mother was jabbed to death. Pregnant. And is still nursing.
It ain't blue, Sassy.
Her baby is morbidly obese. Breastfed babies are not morbidly obese.
Nope.
They couldn't find a vein. Okay? That is her second time in the hospital. And then she also went jaundice. You better wake up, dumbass. You're dumbasses. Fucking retarded.
You can't wake up some of them. Look here, look. But that's cleaning out that's cleaning out the herd. They're culling themselves out.
Yeah, but a baby, a 6-month-old baby is in NICU unit right now.
It's terrible that the baby's got to
But
suffer.
if the baby lies down, the blood pressure goes lower. It's an oxygen. And guess what? Did you all forget about the fucking flu?
It's a breastfed baby, Sassy. Are you retarded or something, Sassy? Are you just retarded?
She's big Riri.
She's retarded.
She's probably a millennial. Okay?
She is.
We had the 7-hour bug, 24-hour flu, the 7-day flu. Who hasn't had it? Everyone forgot about the flu. Oh, you go rush. I got the Sharona Bologna. You're a dumbass, and every time you put a swallow up your fucking nose, you're putting another graphene oxide up your fucking brain barrier, which is the one that kills you, okay? The brain barrier. When you get sick, it goes to the brain barrier. Before all this, before the Sharona Bologna, when you get sick, everything goes through the brain barrier, okay? It's called DNA. My little niece has no DNA anymore, okay? Your own body can take care of it. So go get jabbed to death, and guess what? When you get hit by a bus, and
Unknown caller.
good luck to you.
What?
Unknown caller.
Well, thank you, Chicago.
You got to go harder on these motherfuckers. They're retarded.
I can't go hard on the retarded people. You can't treat retarded people like that. You got to be nice to people that's got mental discrepancies. You got to be nice to them.
I'm done being nice because my family's...
Travis Tate's watching. What's up, Travis?
I'm the only one that's not jabbed, or my children.
There you
but
go.
one at Cook County. And she
Titanium
said,
dioxide.
Mom, I wish I never did this.
Yeah, you get the jab, Sassy. You get it. You get mine until you have my booster shots. You ain't got to wait in line.
By the way, my doctor, hey, Sandra, is that her name? Hey, Miss Sandra.
No, it's Sassy.
Sandy.
No, Sassy.
Who?
Sassy. Her name's Sassy.
Okay, well, sassy girl, you ain't sassy, honey. Because let me tell you something. My own doctor told me 50% of the Sharona Bologna vaccine is in the flu shot. So go for your flu shot, too. Please do us all a favor and get lost. And go peace out. Because you're retarded and stupid. The flu has the mRNA in it. 50%. That's why they're pushing it. Shingles, pushing it. Watch your commercials. If you know in TV, watch it. Everything is medication. Medicate your dogs, your dogs, your dogs, your dogs. Get your dogs. No. Same fucking thing. Dogs are animals. They're mammals like we are. Horses. Called ivermectin. Okay? So go ahead and take your flu vaccine too. Because you're getting a death jab and that too.
Yeah.
Wake up. Tell your doctor to wake up. And if you feel like you want to wake up, why don't you hop on to Thomas Wren, who's doing a $500 trillion lawsuit globally to sue every single doctor. It's not FDA approved, sweetie. I bet you won't even eat sushi, Sassy. Would you eat liver and onions, Sassy? You like liver and onions?
I don't like liver and onions.
Well, I had to.
I ain't eating no liver and onions.
I love liver and onions.
I'd throw up. I'll eat onions, but I ain't eating no liver. And I ain't eating no onions if they cook with liver. They say it's good for you.
Oh, Jamie, but you got some dumb fucks
They
over
say
there.
it's good for you, but I can't eat it.
Go on YouTube.
Well, look, go over to the YouTube side and you can talk to Sassy in the comments over there.
Oh, because I will be banned because she's retarded. And I don't, like, literally mean retarded. She is stupid as fuck. Because
Yeah.
somebody said, oh,
Yeah, she's not retarded. She can dress herself.
got FDA approved. Oh, and good luck, Sassy. I hope you eat your ass off at Taco Bell because you're eating insects. Okay? Plant-based. October 1st, they made it plant-based. Good luck eating crickets.
I don't eat that shit no more. That shit tastes nasty.
Go move to fucking China. Eat fucking cat, eat dog, eat fucking rodents. Eat it. I bet you won't do it, because why? It's not FDA approved here in America. But you'll take a fucking jab? Look what's going on in the news today. Your team is going down.
Going down.
That thunder cunt.
All right. Thank you, Chicago.
Love you, Jamie.
Love you, girl. Be careful. Congratulations on the twins.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. You heard what she said, Sassy. Go ahead and get your jab. Hey, it's your body. Do what, like you said, it's your body. Do what you want with it. Get your jab. But like you said, it's your body. This is my body. I don't have to get the jab. I'm playing by y'all's rules now. Y'all wanted to be crazy? I can get crazy with you. Now, we got this right here going on. I don't know what's going on with these damn sheep. Said they've been walking in a circle for 12 days. What's going on? We don't know. Walking in a circle for 12 days. That sort of reminds me of what the Muslims do when they're walking around that black cube over there. Looks like a bunch of Democrats. That's what it looks like to me. All getting in line. What we getting in line for? We're going up there to get that jab that they told us we could get. Walking around in a circle for 12 days. What the hell's wrong with them? I don't know. Here you go, Sassy. This is the guy that's pushing this jab. The Bill Gates, you know that the guy that did the computers. He's a doctor now.
Bill Gates declared vaccines the best investment I've ever made.
There's been over a 20-to-1 return. Over a 20-to-1.
20-to-1 return on his money investing in vaccines. I wonder why he's pushing them so hard.
One return. So if you just look at the economic benefits, that's...
He don't have no kind of influence on our politicians or anything that could sort of make them come out and go, mandates. How much money does he give to them? Sassy, wake up.
Pretty strong number compared to anything else.
Gates gave hours of videotape testimony.
What were the non-Microsoft browsers that you were concerned about in January of 1996?
That month.
Yes, sir.
And what about it?
What non-Microsoft browsers were you concerned about in January of 1996?
I don't know what you mean concerned.
Wordplay.
What is it?
Reminds me of Bill Clinton when he says, what do you mean? Is? What do you mean is? I didn't have sex with that girl. What's your jizz doing all over the front of her dress?
About the word concerned that you don't understand.
I'm not sure what you mean by it.
The Justice Department has charged Microsoft with engaging in anti-competitive and exclusionary practices designed to maintain its monopoly in personal computer operating systems.
That was
Its monopoly.
What's her name? She was under Clinton. This lady right here. See this lady right here? And I can't remember her name, but she was like the attorney general. She had made a statement. She was in charge of the Homeland Security when they went out to Waco and when they killed the people at Ruby Ridge. She was in charge. Now, this lady made a statement that Donald Trump will never be elected president as long as I'm alive. She died the day before Trump was elected into office.
And exclusionary practices designed to maintain its monopoly in personal computer operating systems.
In a move to overshadow the negative press, Gates invested $100 million to set up the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Bill and Melinda.
Overnight, Bill Gates transformed his public image from ruthless tech monopolizer to the world's most generous philanthropist.
I'm pleased to announce that we're pledging an additional $1 billion.
Really?
We had the chance to witness Bill Gates 2.0, the man you don't know.
The rebranding campaign paid off. His net worth swiftly doubled, earning Bill Gates the title of richest man in the world.
You've invested $10 billion in vaccinations
Now he looks like an old
over the
lady.
last 2 decades, and you figured out the return on investment for that, and it kind of stunned me. Can you walk us through the math?
In a Wall Street essay, Bill Gates declared vaccines the best investment I've ever made.
There's been over a 20-to-1 return. So if you just look at the economic
Davos.
benefits, that's a pretty strong number compared to any.
That's a pretty strong number there, Bill. That's some pretty good money, especially when you're out here pushing this shit and you got all the people that you got your hands in their pocket pushing it for it too. Oh, you're making killing, ain't you? Oh, but you're trickling it back down with your money laundering bullshit. Was you tied up with that Friedman guy? Lobotomy, same procedure. This is an evil trick. Did an entire population get tricked into lobotomizing themselves? Where you take that thing and stick it way up in your nose? Nope, you ain't sticking me with that. Well, we're just going to test for it. Well, yeah, I'm good. If I get a cold or something, I'll handle that.
It's cheaper to leave it there so they can have. And I'll never forget Millie saying to me, Sir, it's cheaper to leave the equipment than to bring it. I said, well, you got a $50 million airplane, you got a $29 million gorgeous helicopter. We had every type of helicopter. Many of them brand new, literally out of the box. 28, 29 million. We have 60, $70 million planes. You mean you think it's cheaper to leave it there so they can have it than it is to fill it up with a half a tank of gas and fly it into Pakistan or fly it back to our country? You think, yes, sir, we think it's cheaper, sir. That's when I realized he was a fucking idiot.
Oh, Millie's an idiot. Not an idiot, a effing idiot. This is a family show there, Donald. You don't mind.
And I'll never forget Millie.
The swabs had a graphene in it. I wouldn't stick that shit in my nose. Y'all tell us we ain't supposed to be sticking Q-tips in your ears. I ain't sticking it in my nose. Same thing, it's just a long Q-tip. Now the ones they got over in China, about that big around, about that long. Long as an amber turd, and they swab your butthole with it. Flat Earth, what's your name? Where you calling from?
All right, I'm calling one more time. This is it. It's Chicago. Listen.
Chicago, what's up?
Stupid ass, mumbo jumbo, Joe Biden, during this crisis,
He's making.
first words he was talking about, get the jab, get the jab, get the jab. Do you rereads really understand that there's graphene oxide, big pharma's trying to make money off the things that you buy at the store to test now? Now he says, oh, it's free, it's free. Wait a minute, aren't we in a war? And isn't Ukraine having problems? Don't we have a border crisis? Why is he pushing the jab? If you people cannot wake the fuck up, I swear to God, take yourselves out. Take yourself out of your misery, because you're literally goofy as fuck.
Goofy?
You got no reason to even breathe. Trump talks about, not Trump, Biden. That's why it's so important to get tested. And we're going to now give free the jabs. We're going to do all this. Wake up.
Wake up.
Retard.
Wake up. All right. Thank you, Chicago. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Y'all got her stirred up today.
Because of very, very high medical costs and a lack of willingness to say, is spending $1 million on that last 3 months of life for that patient, would it be better not to lay off those 10 teachers and to make that trade-off in medical costs? But that's called the death panel, and you're not supposed to have that discussion. He's making because
they're talking about death panels now. But that was a conspiracy theory, remember? Here you go, sassy. It's our southern border. These are illegal. This is an invasion. Looks pretty coordinated. What do you mean? Well, they got them in line. That's coordinated. They're all meeting here together. It's called an invasion. Every day you go to Tyler Bauer. Every day that goes by, I get more concerned about voter turnout on election day and at Maricopa vote preparedness. What I'm worried about: long lines in key areas, equipment malfunction at fewer vote centers, running out of paper or ink, chain of custody of ballots. 1027. Now, they had early vote. And you remember on election day how many machines and shit stopped working? You never heard that up until election day. Why didn't the machine stop working when you were doing your early voting?
Unknown caller.
Can you think for yourself there, Sassy? Or do you need somebody to hold your hand and point it out to you? That's hot, baby. Don't touch it. What do you mean it's hot? Baby, that's a stove. Don't touch it. It's hot. I don't go. Well, burn yourself. Burn your damn hand off. I don't care. Tried to tell you. Look at that flat. Look how flat it is out there. That guy's on top of one of them things.
Unknown caller.
What the hell? Now, I wonder what made her want to learn how to do this. Now, she's a badass bow shot with her feet. Can't hit shit with her hands. So, when the war starts and the zombies are coming over the wall, where's she going to be at? She's going to be up there standing on her hands, shooting arrows like that. Are they going to be lit up? Yeah, we're going to light them on fire so she can set them zombies on fire out there. It's just another thing.
I said I was blind. Well, check this shit out. No scope. Oh!
No scope.
Oh my God! Oh! I chose it on Dave. Do you recall when I said I was blind? Well, check this shit out. No scope. Oh,
no scope. That's a good shot.
This article called "The Truth Comes," published in The Intercept. Here's my question then: if you're not censoring speech and if you're not treating Americans as domestic terrorists, then why is it that you're pressuring big tech to treat American citizens as if they're threats to the homeland? Why are you pressuring them to censor speech? Let's take a look at some new documents that have come to light that show
new documents has come to
your
light.
Administration is doing. This administration.
We're gonna have a shit more documents that's gonna come to light when they start rolling off them Hunter Biden laptop. When they start printing them bitches out and they hand them out. Look what he's saying.
Is doing to censor speech. Let's take a look at this email from
get
July 16th, 2021. It's over my shoulder.
Sassy,
here.
go
Facebook,
get your jab.
Emailing HHS saying, "I know our teams met today to better understand the scope
Oh, are they counting by hand right now, Sassy? They're counting by hand? Okay, gotcha.
Of what the White House expects from us on misinformation.
Your body, your choice, Sassy. Go get all the jabs you want. Nobody's stopping you.
How about
Nobody.
hold on. We'll get to that. But you're not familiar with this. All right. Let's try a different one. Here's one from July 20th, 2021. The White House emails Facebook saying, any way we can get this pulled down. 46 seconds later, Facebook responds, yep, we're on it. Are you familiar with that email?
No.
Okay, how about
You're not
this one?
familiar with that one?
July 23rd, 2021. Facebook employee writes to HHS, says, thank you for taking the time to meet today. Wanted to make sure you saw the steps we took just this past week to adjust policies and what we are removing with respect to misinformation. Are you familiar with that one?
Senator, we do not instruct.
Just yes or no.
Yes or no, bitch.
Because I'm the Secretary of DHS.
Well,
yes or no, bitch. So just say yes or no. And that's how you answer the question. Now with Nancy gone, how do we get rid of this bitch? This one right here, she looks just mean. Look at her, the way her mouth's all frowning like that. South Dakota State University held a family-friendly drag show. Family-friendly. I don't want to be in your family no more. Y'all bitches are retarded. Thinking that's okay. Oh, Nicholas Gutierrez, the 22-year-old driver accused of intentionally driving into a group of law enforcement recruits in L.A. County, is back on the streets due to a possible lack of evidence. Why is his face all scruffed up like that? Was that from the wreck? Well, we don't know what he did. If it was him, we don't have no proof it was him. What do you mean? Is it his car? Oh my goodness. Speed low pass over a car is a show of force. Oh, that looks pretty cool. That's the car right there. Yeah, that'd bother me. Shout out to everyone who's rock solid. Those of us who will never comply, who will never be coerced, who will never be manipulated, who will never be controlled. Judge, blame, and gaslight all you want. We ain't fucking moving. Jamie Sale. I agree with you there, Jamie. That's a good name you got there. Eat the rich. Looks like you've been gorging yourself there, buddy. Oh, Brooklyn Dad. This is that Brooklyn Dad guy. Yo, I'm staying on Twitter until the very last wheels fall off this bitch. Make sure you're following me and we'll ride this out together. Because Musket, y'all gonna work hard or you can go ahead and quit. That's a bear. Well, let me go say the dog. Look, they closed him outside.
Inside.
Kids, got some bad news for you. Dog got chewed up by a bear. I ain't finna fight no bear for no dog. Yeah, he's gone. We'll get you another puppy. We'll go down to the pound and pick you one up. Elizabeth Holmes, the founder of Theranos, was sentenced to more than 11 years in prison for defrauding investors. Oh, Booker was out there pleading for her case, going, please be easy on her. Be easy on her. Nope, 11 years. Get your ass in prison, girl. They gonna have fun with you. You're pretty. The children under the Getty Museum. Pepe Andre and the Grey Pope and is the king of the Holy Roman Papal bloodlines above the Rothschilds and Rockefellers, but in line and of equal stature to the Breakspear, Albermidi, and other Papal bloodlines. Meet true ruler of the world. He is one of the ancient Maximus clans of Rome. He remains behind the scenes pulling the strings of literally Every secret society and every human slave in this realm. Read about your captor. The ODYSEE family. The Maximus clan. That's the people that pull the strings of Barack, Hillary, Soros. People like him. You don't ever see him. If you see him, they got somebody telling them what to do. That's how I always drop off my ballot boxes. How about you? With a box, head covered up, mask on so you can't tell who I am. Trying to find out a Tom song, I Won't Back Down, was stolen and used without permission on our license to promote Carrie Lake's failed campaign. Tom Petty estate and our partners were shocked to find out that Tom's song, I Won't Back Down, was stolen and used without permission or a license to promote Carrie Lake's failed campaign. This is illegal. We are exploring all of our legal options to stop the unauthorized use and to prohibit further misappropriations of Tom's beloved anthem. What happened to Tom? Is he dead? I don't take health advice from people who think the world is overpopulated. That wouldn't be a good idea. Here, take this. Well, don't you think there's too many of us? Yeah, but take this. No, I'm good. Very sinister and evil indeed.
Travel. Toby Young, the reason I'm asking is the G20, has a statement and a closing statement which is calling for proof of vaccinations for international travel. Toby Young, I'm going to pick up with you on this. And one of the things that concerned me, and I'll give it as a direct quote, was the comment, let's have a digital health certificate acknowledged by the World Health Organization. If you've been vaccinated or tested properly, then you can move around. Sorry?
Yeah, the implication is that if you don't have your electronic vaccine certificate on your mobile phone, then you won't be able to leave your home. I mean, it's very sinister. I mean, we should say that this isn't going to be introduced in the next few weeks. This is an expression of supposedly good intentions by the G20.
Direction of travel.
Direction of travel. So what they want is the World Health Organization, next time it meets, to incorporate this new regulation in its international health regulations, which are binding in international law. So it's a very sinister development.
Binding in international law.
Robustly resist.
What about the Geneva Convention where you ain't supposed to be experimenting on people?
It's not something that we should resist. This goes back to 2005. When the World Health Organization had an agreement about notifiable and transmissible diseases. And some people will remember carrying, I think they were yellow cards that you used to have in your passport, which to show that you've been vaccinated against tetanus and rabies and various
I didn't
things,
never have
depending
no
on which country
card
you were
like that
going
in my
to.
passport.
So we all do that if we want to travel. This is not
didn't do that.
specifically about COVID. My interpretation of this is that they've said the digital passport for COVID worked quite well. We should look about how we can use that digital technology in order to enable people who've got the relevant vaccinations to travel more safely. And the argument is that actually, if you're safe to travel, then you can.
But who decides who's safe to travel?
Well, because you know what the notifiable diseases are. They're set out by the World Health Organization.
Yeah, but if you use COVID, for example...
People like this right
just
here is
one
what's wrong with
example,
this country.
Who
Or the
will
world.
determine what? So if I've had a vaccine, who determines, oh, she's all right, she's had a vaccine. Oh, no, now she's only had one, she should have...
Oh, she should have had two. She should have had the booster shot like Sassy's got. Sassy's got 2 or 3 of them boosters. Or a spotted mascot at Toronto's live 50 most influential Toronto-tarians dinner party 3 days after strongly recommended Ontarians return to masking indoors. Yeah, they're hypocrites. You put the mask on, we don't have to. This right here is a single reason why my generation's tougher than yours. You don't know nothing about getting slung off one of these things. Can I buy you a drink? Sure. She's not interested. Fat girl jumps up. That's what you call a cock blocker. Sassy. Sassy. Sassy believes this shit right here happened. Brave cameraman. Watch this. Watch. He's brave as shit, boy.
1. Ignition. Fly away, Houston. Vector good.
Wait a minute. I'm not on there. How am I going to get back? Damn it. I'll have to sit up here and wait till the next one comes. See how the camera tilted up?
Good order. Roger, you have good luck.
Hold on, we're just filming it. We're going to come back down and pick you up. We got you. Don't worry about nothing. Armed minorities are harder to oppress. That's why we got the Second Amendment. Nobody has debunked anything. Trudeau, Castro. Trudeau, Castro. That's his daddy. There's pictures of Castro holding him when he was a baby. His mama was a whore. Now that Twitter is completely dead and doesn't exist anymore, and I've been having this strange feeling that Twitter isn't dead and still exists. I seen a video this morning with Rosie O'Donnell and Kathy Griffin. Kathy Griffin looks like a trans Andy Dick. She looked just like Andy Dick without any makeup and shit on. Paul Pelosi limited edition. One free while supplies last. Buy one, get the second one free while supplies last. Paul Pelosi hammer. This is a cheap hammer. It's probably like a 16 ounce. I want one with a metal handle. East wing, 28 ounce. Waffles all over the head of it. Until you wear them down by doing hard work. There's a sheep again. It's a flock of sheep in Inner Mongolia. They're in Mongolia. What kind of... It's Mongolian sheep. You mean like Mongolian beef? Yeah, just like that, except they're sheep. And things are good, boy, with some rice. When the ducks meet cold weather, oh, it's time to get back inside. It's cold out here. My feet's getting cold. How about you, Henry? Yeah, my feet's cold too. I'm getting back in the house. Yeah, I'm going back inside. It's cold out here. Y'all boys is crazy. You go ahead and play out here if you want to. I'm going inside. Breaking there was a shocking 29.9% increase in fatal heart attacks among young adults in the USA. This isn't normal. What's going on? Sassy, could you tell us what's going on? 29.9% increase in heart attacks in young people. Well, I don't know. What about the people that's dropping dead on the sports field? What about them? Video on here yesterday was an hour long of 1,000 sports people that's dropped dead on the field, court, pitch, whatever genre they play on. Wonder what that is. Wonder what's causing it. Well, I couldn't tell you. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know where to start. Shower thought they're going to blame the coming food shortages on climate change and then try to take control of the farms. Well, yeah, they're already doing that. Flat Earth, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Mike from Florida, man.
What's up, bitch? Mike, you can't call. You know damn good well you can't call. Gravity pockets in space. Plot twist at the dog park. Hiya! 2. Hiya! 3. Self-defense tips. Oh, how's she gonna get out of this? Oh. Hiya! Oh, that's gonna cut your throat. I wouldn't recommend you doing it. You're probably gonna get cut up. Can't be punching nobody in the throat like that. Ladies, y'all need to be watching this so you can learn how to defend yourself. I would suggest buying a gun. Yeah. How things work in commercials. That's nasty. Why Elon Musk bought Twitter for so much money?
Possibility of Twitter becoming kind of a super app with payments included, maybe perhaps even Doge or something. This seems to me, based on your work with David at PayPal, like a pretty brilliant idea. What's the vision there in terms of if you were able to buy it, perhaps at the right price? What would it look like if I could add Jason to at Elon Musk, $10 or something if we were splitting a check or something?
Sure. Well, for those that have used WeChat, I think WeChat's actually a good model. If you're in China, it's basically, you kind of live on WeChat. It does everything.
Hello?
It's sort of like Twitter plus PayPal plus a whole bunch of other things and all roll into one with actually a great interface. Okay. And it's really an excellent app.
200
and we don't have anything like that.
All right.
Outside of China. So I think such an app would be really useful, and just like the utility of it, of sort of a spam-free thing where you can make comments, you can post videos, you can, I think it's important for content creators to have a revenue share. Now this does not need to be done on Twitter. It could be done from something that's created from scratch. So it could be something new. So really, but I think this thing needs to exist, whether it is converting Twitter to be the sort of like kind of all-encompassing app that, like I said, everything from digital town square where important ideas are debated, maximally trusted and inclusive, and at a point at which you sort of have a high trust situation, then payments, whether it's crypto or fiat, can make a lot of sense. We just want something that's incredibly useful and that people love using.
Where's Moon Man? I ain't seen Moon Man today.
But it's either convert Twitter to that or start something new. Those are the two. But it does need to happen somehow.
Uh-oh. Spending all our money. Oh, here we go right here. Sassy. Check this out. When the exact same group of experts who claimed it was global cooling in 1977. You probably wasn't born then. I was. Now claims it's global warming. You can easily see why I'm skeptical. See how they said we was going to freeze to death? And now we're going to burn up. Which one is it? Because they ain't right on either one of them. It's called weather. Changes all the time. If it didn't, you would be putting weathermen out of a job. Is that what you want to do, Sassy? Put the weathermen out of a job? Vaccination certificate, Ottoman Empire, 1900s. Every 100 years they do it. What does it consist of? Inventing you know what, implanting terror, social control, and diminishing the most vulnerable with some method in plain sight, but no one believes.
Somebody like Osama bin Laden understanding the joy of Hanukkah. I couldn't imagine somebody like Osama bin Laden understanding the joy of Hanukkah.
What does that even mean?
Imagine somebody like.
What does that even mean? Because this site might not make it to December. I'll post it now. The funniest thing any president has ever said.
Have been celebrating their long-awaited freedom. Many taking to the streets, waving flags and cheering for the soldiers.
Look at that Nazi salute.
Earlier this week, residents there have been celebrating their long-awaited
Nazi
freedom.
salute coming up.
Many taking to the streets, waving flags and cheering for the soldiers.
White supremacist right there.
Earlier this week, residents
Look like
there
a Trump
have been
supporter.
celebrating their
Look like a Trump supporter. Asking AI to show the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Yeah.
The American people deserve the truth about why didn't Nancy Pelosi have the National Guard here at the Capitol on January 6th, because she read the intel reports, not Marjorie Taylor Greene, because I wasn't privy to those. I didn't swear into Congress until January 3rd. So why didn't Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House, defend the Capitol when President Trump
Let's bring her up there and question
over
her.
for the National Guard to be here? You see, these are the things that we're going to be investigating. And Joe and Mika and whoever those other people are, I don't know who they are and I could care less. They are so upset that we might actually do something like that. Well, let me go ahead and inform them, because I know they watch your show every single day. Mika, honey, it's going to happen. We are going to investigate this on your precious Nancy Pelosi. And Joe, I don't want you to choke on your coffee every single morning on your show while we're investigating precious Nancy Pelosi.
I think we need to investigate Joe and that intern that died in his office down there in Florida. You know anything about that, Sassy? Joe Scarborough, Mika Brzezinski, they got a morning show. He used to be a congressman down in Florida, but his intern wound up dead in the office. They don't know why. Some people claim that she was pregnant.
Let me tell you what else that this United States representative named Marjorie Taylor Greene is going to do. I'm going to be on the oversight committee, and we're going to do investigations into that little laptop, Hunter Biden's. And let me tell you the direct link. It's not about his disgusting porn and his drug use that we're interested in. We're interested in his daddy, because his daddy's name is Joe Biden. He's president of the United States. So you guys can buckle up, get ready, and we're going for a ride, because that's happening in January.
Buckle up and get ready. We're going for a ride.
Before Mark was chief of staff, we're in the White House, and we're visiting someone in the West Wing, and one of the offices, and it may have been Jared's office or somebody's office, but they had a big whiteboard on the wall, and they had listed every single promise President Trump made to the American people in the 2016 campaign. And they were just, I mean, it was packed. Get out of the Iran deal, embassy in Jerusalem, build the wall, get out of Paris Climate Accords, conservatives on the court, cut taxes, reduce regulation, blah, 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 blah. Just, it was packed, because he made a lot of important promises. And they were checking them off. Just literally checking them. That's how you're supposed to govern. Yeah. What'd you tell the people you're going to do? If they give you the privilege of representing and serving them and leading them, go do what you said. And no one's done it better. Relatively early in President Trump's administration.
Nobody did it better than Trump.
Of course there's a law that you can point to in the law book, the code, that requires you to file a tax return. Of course there is. I mean, I don't know what it is right then as he was speaking to me, but sure. So naively, I agreed to go off and research it and get back
Laura,
to it.
Lena, Corey,
3.5 months
Robbie,
later,
Melissa, Sippin,
I was at that point
Sassy,
where I couldn't find the statute that clearly
Sassy
made a
for
person
abortion
liable.
rights. Too bad
It's
that your
not me,
parents didn't use that,
most
Sassy.
people I know. And I had no choice in my mind except to resign.
I had to leave the IRS because I presented evidence that I had accumulated indicating that the agency was violating the law and violating people's rights. And I asked the agency for a response to my sincere concerns. And the answer I got was that they would not respond to my concerns and that they would provide me with the paperwork necessary to tender my resignation.
But We the People Foundation for Constitutional Education put a full-page ad in the USA Today on July 7th, 2000. And within the body of that ad was a $50,000 challenge for anyone that could show the law. And to me, $50,000 is a lot of money. So I went after that and did the research based on the fact that I thought, let's put this baby to bed. I'm hearing all these rumors. You know, I'm going to kill two birds with one stone. I'll answer these people's questions that are asking me, and then I'll win this $50,000. And, you know, based on the research that I did throughout the year 2000 and that I'm still doing, I have not found that law. I've asked Congress. We've asked a lot of people in the IRS commissioners, helpers. They can't answer, because if they answer, the American people are going to know that this whole thing is a fraud.
I was surprised to hear these highly trained and decorated IRS
What is the IRS out here practicing with guns
there was no law requiring American citizens to file a 1040 or to pay an income tax on their labor.
I haven't filed an federal income tax return since I left.
I have not filed a tax return since 1999. Approximately 67 million people don't file an income tax return.
I made a decision to go to Washington so I could attend the We the People Foundation press conference. They were going to serve a class action lawsuit on the IRS, signed by over 3,000 people, because the IRS has refused to show the law that makes Americans liable to file a 1040 or to pay an income tax on their labor. I was very curious as to why the IRS refused to show the law, as it seems such a simple thing to do. Yet I was skeptical about the foundation's claims. There had to be a law, right? I mean, we've all been told over and over and over again that we had to pay income taxes.
No answers, no taxes. No answers, no taxes. No answers, no taxes.
Most people believe that the income tax system.
We're going to let Robbie put this to the test for us this year. Robbie's not going to file income tax, and we're going to see how this plays out.
Is legal, and that the revenue from the tax is used in the public interest. However, there is a substantial, conclusive body of evidence that proves that our income tax system represents the most pernicious form of tyranny. It is the greatest hoax ever perpetrated by government against the working men and women of America.
American citizens, along with the foundation, have been asking the IRS to specifically provide them with the underlying legal foundation upon which they administer and enforce the personal income tax laws in our country.
At the national level, when people would attempt to contact somebody of a much higher authority, say the commissioner, same kind of thing. They would get answers that were in effect non-answers.
There are a group of people standing outside today who assert that no law requires you to pay taxes and that you will not answer their petition to the government as to whether they're required to pay taxes. Are they required to pay taxes?
I've been paying my taxes ever since I had my first job, and I think it's a fundamental construct of our nation that those of us who expect and demand the services from our government that the government provides, be they the protection of our country through the military, or be they
we had a military before
of our children,
the IRS was
the
put
protection
together
of our environment, that we must pay for those services. So yes, I think there is a fundamental obligation, and that it's an understood and well accepted one.
Yeah, why didn't he answer the question, is there a law? Because he's a politician, and that's the way politicians answer shit. Like that. This is Ethan, you effing loser. At Elon Musk at Twitter Sport. I'm ban evading. LO, stop me now, bitch ass loser. At Elon Musk. Account suspended. Ethan's a dumbass. Breaking dozens of documents related to late pedophile Jeffrey Epstein associates will be unsealed. I wonder how many people is going to be on there in Congress. Ann Coulter and I having dinner in Texas. Ann Coulter's, I think she's a man. World War II ends, Nazi scientists. See how he's got the swastika right there? He's backing into the shrubbery, coming out with a NASA symbol on his shirt. That's what happened with all the scientists. We brought them over here. They've infiltrated us. John Leguizamo is a bit critical of Universal and Illumination's upcoming animated film, the Super Mario Brothers movie, which stars Chris Pratt and Charlie Day as Mario and Luigi, respectively. Leguizamo, who brought Luigi to life opposite Bob Hoskins' Mario in 1993 live-action Super Mario Brothers, told IndieWire the new film went backwards by having two white actors voice Mario and Luigi. They're white, ain't they? Mario and Luigi, ain't they like Italians? Well, Italians ain't white. Oh, okay, I didn't know. Let's see what she's got to say.
America is in uncharted territory. We are angrier and more deeply divided than we've ever been at any point in our history since the Civil War.
Yes.
that will never be afraid to challenge this illegitimate president.
I'll be doing my community service tomorrow. Again, so I won't be up here tomorrow.
Colluding with foreign powers, putting profits over people.
What do you say?
If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money.
Is that all right?
Well, son of a bitch.
Dividing us in ways we haven't seen in generations.
What are y'all doing to that trailer up there?
Jose was getting that motor out of it. I was taking something off that motor. I ain't real sure.
Where's that white truck that was in the bay?
Out here on the hill.
Ain't that the one y'all got to pull the... I thought y'all was going to pull the transmission and shit out.
Yeah, well, we was. Me and Donnie was going to move it over there, and then Jose back that trailer.
Well, y'all should have moved it over. That thing should have been... Y'all should have done been working on that already.
Yeah, I know.
You know, but it ain't been done.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
My bad. I mean, I didn't know.
Yeah, you knew.
Jose was unloading that motor though. And
yeah, but you knew. We were supposed to put that over there.
Yeah.
He did too. He knew it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all knew it.
And it didn't get done.
Yes, sir.
I wonder why that is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's sad.
Generations.
I'll talk to Buck about it in a little bit.
We can do better than this. I believe that this president is incompetent. I believe that this president is ill-equipped to serve in the highest office of this land. And I believe that he is an embarrassment to all that we stand for. He should be charged with obstruction.
What's your understanding? I charge him a service call, an hour labor, and then hour and a half riding time.
Of what your son was doing, that doesn't pass the smell test. So look, if you want to talk about problems, let's talk about Trump's family. 5 former heads of the CIA say what he's saying is a bunch of garbage.
I believe that the president of these United States can be indicted for criminal offenses.
Get vaccinated.
Because we believe that he's engaged in a pattern and practice of money laundering.
I have not taken a penny from any foreign source ever in my life.
All money I have, I've got it with my talent.
With my talent.
Laundering the money from foreign governments.
Will you appoint a special counsel to investigate Hunter Biden?
Not for the same reason that I'm not able to respond to questions about investigations of the former president.
Does he work on the Hunter Biden investigation?
You may be wondering what you could possibly do to change it. The answer is simple.
What's that?
Everything. America is an uncharted territory.
Attorney General for New York, Lalita James. No amnesty, never. Never, ever. Look what they did to them kids. Made them sit in them little squares away from each other. Why? Because of the COVID. Bullshit. Kevin McCarthy used FTX, SBF stolen to defeat conservatives in 2022. How Kevin McCarthy's political machine worked to sway the GOP field. Allies spent millions in a sometimes secretive effort to weed out candidates who could cause the House leader trouble or jeopardize GOP victories in November. By Michael Schreier, Josh Dawsey, Isaac Arnsdorf, and Marina Sotomayor. Most of the rest of the money, $700,000, come from Ryan Salam, an executive at cryptocurrency exchange FTX US, a major donor both to McCarthy's own operation and to other groups backing McCarthy's favored candidate, West Ramshire Services. The corporate name used by FTX US gave $750,000 to CLF in August. Advisors to Salam and FTX declined to comment. FTX is that crypto thing with the bushy-haired guy with the girlfriend that's got a jacked-up grill. That's daddy, worked at MIT, tied in with the Clintons, and it's a dirty can of worms. And McCarthy, well, he's a Republican. Well, we got dirty worms in our batch over here, too. He got money from them. There's 6 people that got money. 6 people that got money from FTX, and they all voted to impeach Trump. Republicans. We don't know how many Democrats got money from. Probably a bunch of them. It was a money laundering scheme. But Mark Widgeon, the head of public policy and regulatory strategy at FTX, was invited with his family to McCarthy's August donor retreat in Wyoming. McCarthy, you dirty son of a bitch. FTX Digital Markets. What is that, 2 million? Oh. McCarthy. And I would love to see some of them get taken out.
China today showing completely trashed and empty streets of the Foxconn factory residences. The factory was
Where's
the
all these
world's
people at?
largest iPhone manufacturer and was home to around 200,000 workers. But in a matter of weeks, that number's reportedly dropped by a staggering 40 to 50%. See, recently
where's
the
all the
factory
people
was
at?
placed in lockdown. So in fears of being trapped at work, thousands of workers had to flee so quickly that they didn't even have time to bring their
Climbing over the
belongings
fence.
with them. And what you're seeing is Foxconn are essentially now going into workers' apartments and throwing all of their belongings out of their windows because it's easier than just carrying it down the stair. Literally looks like the apocalypse has just begun in China right now. Eerie.
If them people are still alive. Shouldn't be in the middle of the road, dumbass. Yeah. I wonder how many of them shit their britches. Yeah, how many of them shit their britches? Oh. Get your ass up out of the road, dumbasses.
That sends an ice cream. Oh, shit.
Meanwhile in Montana, shooting off missiles everywhere.
I want an ice cream. How quickly would I...
Oh, he's got a little button on his desk for an ice cream.
Oh, shit.
People who once called our soldiers baby killers now march for the right to kill babies. Trending in the United States, bring back Trump. The FBI raided a president's son's room. Guess which one? It wasn't Hunter. It was Trump's son. That's an ass whooping. Alright, that's enough. That's enough. You done got your ass whooped too many times there, buddy. Flat Earth, what's your name? Where you calling from? Yellow. Yellow or yellow? Yellow, 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 yellow. Yellow, 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 yellow. Congratulations to beautiful Lauren Bobart. She won. She won. Never ending witch hunt tonight at Mar-a-Lago at 8:30 p.m. Thank you. Trump said he'll be making a speech tonight, 8:30. Flat Earth, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello.
Hello.
Am I on there?
Yeah, you're on there. Who is this?
This is JT, man.
What's up, JT? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. You think Trump's going to take the office in 2024?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Because, like, the red wave was supposed to happen. It never happened.
What do you mean it didn't happen? Hold on, Jake.
It didn't.
What do you mean it didn't happen?
I mean, they stole it.
Hold on. What do you mean it didn't happen? Hold on, Jake. What do you mean it didn't happen? Is Nancy Pelosi still Speaker of the House?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, she's not.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. Republicans control the House.
Well, that's good.
Republicans control the House.
Yeah.
Red wave.
But
Red wave.
But statewide.
Red wave.
Statewide.
Statewide. More Republicans won their seats than Democrats. Red wave.
They took Michigan.
Red wave.
The Democrats took Michigan for the first time
I don't believe it.
since like '85.
So you believe that they?
Man,
you believe
they stole the election again.
They did steal it again.
They keep stealing it. How are we going to stop them if Republicans, if we keep having these damn neocons not doing anything about election fraud? I got 5 million ballots in my state. How are we supposed to stop them from this?
Well, let's see. What happened to a lot of the people that were in office that Trump put people up against them, and all of those people won against them? You know, they primaried. They primaried the incumbent Republicans, and new people took their spots. That's how you get rid of them. You vote them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a good solution, man. That's
it is.
Solution. What do you think about AOC's breast size? Do you think they're nice?
I think they're pretty nice. Probably a little bit.
I do too.
Probably a little bit too big. But I'm not going to tell her to take them off or anything like that.
Yeah, no, not anytime soon.
No,
she's the only thing they got going for them because she got titties. That's the only reason people vote for her.
That's pretty much the only reason they vote for her. That and that fat ass she's got. She's got a juicy fat ass.
Oh, she definitely does, man.
She does.
I mean, one of these days, man, you ought to take her on a date.
I don't want to date no crazy ass AOC.
Why not, man? I date crazy bitches all the time. They're the fun ones.
I do too, but I don't want to deal with no crazy bitch like her because she thinks she's got power.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you don't get it. You don't give no.
Yep.
What do you think about these investigations that's going to be going on against Biden and his crime family?
Well, I think Hunter Biden's a pedophile and he rapes kids.
Well, that's what Giuliani said, allegedly.
Yeah, no, he needs to be put away for good for pedophilia. You know, when I was 5 years old, Biden sniffed me and I didn't like it that much.
He was sniffing on you?
Yeah, when I was 5, I met him.
Well, that's terrible.
Yeah, no, he's a smeller. So we got to deal with him.
He was a smeller, not meaning that he smelled bad, but he smelled you.
Yeah, no, he's got them nostrils, man. He got them George Floyd specials.
I hear you, man.
He got them big nostrils, man. He got them big nostrils, bloodhound nostrils, man. I don't like them.
Well, hey, Jake, where are you calling from?
Where am I calling from? Baltimore, Maryland.
Baltimore, Maryland.
Yeah.
Home of baked beans. Ain't that what y'all famous for, baked beans?
Yeah, I don't like them, though.
You don't like baked beans?
Nah, they're pretty bad.
Oh, I thought it was baked beans they was famous for up there. It could be lobster rolls. I don't know.
We are famous for them.
That's not how you spell right, Sassy.
Yeah, that's what we famous for, man.
All right. Well, hey, Jake, we appreciate you calling, man. We're finna wrap this up and go play some Call of Duty.
Oh, you're going to play Call of Duty?
Yeah, we're going to play Call of Duty on the other channel, on the other YouTube channel. You can come over there and watch us if you want to.
Watch?
Yeah, you can watch.
Yeah, of course, man.
Come on over there, Jamie Chapman on YouTube.
All right, man. I love you, brother.
Appreciate the call, man. Jake, keep it straight out there.
All right, you too.
All right, later on, Jake. That's Jake. That wasn't Jake from State Farm, though. Because if it was Jake from State Farm, my girlfriend would have come in and said, "Who's that on the phone?" It's Jake. Jake from State Farm. Bullshit. Well, she sounds like a guy. Well, it's Jake. He is a guy.
Well, listen, I think it's very important that we finally have congressional
Swamp
oversight
rat.
of the abuses of this administration. That's one of the most important consequences of Republicans
Swamp
taking
rat.
the House. And Jim and James are both exactly correct that the focus needs to be on Joe Biden. You know, We've seen the Biden Department of Justice engage in abuses of power. I just wrote a book
that's
a couple
Ashley right
weeks
there.
ago called Justice Corrupt.
She's taking
How the
showers
left
with
has
him
weaponized the legal
when she was a
system
kid.
that talks entirely about how Barack Obama
I don't know if he
and
ever
Joe
took a
Biden
shower
turned
with
the
her or
Department
not.
of Justice and the
I didn't read that
FBI
in
and
the
the
diary.
IRS into politicized and weaponized tools to target their enemies. And as you know, the Biden DOJ has been leaking that they're considering and intend to indict Hunter Biden. Let's be clear. That story is not about a poor, troubled soul who has
Not about a
substance
troubled
abuse
soul.
issues. That's what the DOJ is trying to make it about.
Thank you,
They're
man.
saying, well,
We'll
we're
see you
going to go
Monday.
after him on drug charges or tax charges, all of which are personal to Hunter Biden. The real issue and what the focus of congressional inquiry needs to be, and I'm glad to hear just moments ago that it will be, is on the official corruption, on the evidence that Joe Biden was part and parcel involved in official corruption. For example, we know that Hunter Biden was on the board of Burisma, a Ukrainian natural gas company. He didn't speak a word of Ukrainian. He didn't know a damn thing about oil and gas, but they paid him $83,000 a month. And the only reason they paid him that was because Daddy was vice president, not just vice president, but Obama had put him in charge of Ukraine in particular. And the corrupt
that's where the money
oligarch
comes
that
from.
owned the natural gas company
Hola.
was being investigated
Terry.
by Ukrainian prosecutors, and Joe Biden went to the head of Ukraine and said, you either fire the prosecutor.
Got a video of Joe Biden telling you that
Hold
himself.
up $1 billion in U.S. aid, and as Joe Biden famously said in a televised
He'll claim to be a
interview,
Kenyan
son
citizen.
of a bitch, they fired the guy. They fired the prosecutor investigating the corrupt oligarch who was paying Joe Biden's son $1 million a year. That's what he was being paid for. And so that needs to be investigated. And that doesn't even begin to touch the Chinese communists
Still ain't seen my
who paid
tacos.
millions to Hunter Biden with, as you know, the phrase,
That in the
10%
bottom, that's
for the
where we're
big
at
guy.
over on YouTube.
That is why it is
Y'all
a
go
matter
over there
of
and sign up.
concern, not that he has substance abuse problems, but that his
Here
dad
for taco,
was on
carrot,
the
taco,
take
carrot,
from enemies
taco.
of America.
Thank
That
you,
is
Terry.
worthy of investigation. I'm glad to see the House will be doing it.
Sassy McNasty. McNasty sassy. Man branded racist misogynist Trump supporter by his daughter at his funeral as a billionaire auto loans magnate, Donald Foss. Black supremacist. Teen. Attends $57,000 a year school and grew up in $7.3 million mansion. I wonder where she's getting her ideas from. Probably the teachers. Illuminati bot. Oh, this is old Granger, or what was her name? Hermione on that wizard movie. Harry Potter. Evil shit. Don't let your kids watch that. On the left is Emma Watson at Harper's Bazaar Women of the Year Awards. Most critics said that she had a very pretty Christian Dior dress. A closer look at it reveals that there's a big Baphomet head on it. At the bottom is stitched Le Diable, which means the devil in French. Emma won the Inspiration of the Year award that night. It's all right here in front of you. It's all right here in front of you. A.G. Garland is appointed special counsel for Trump criminal probes. Dudes posting their wins. Judge said I can only see my daughter on weekends. So I got a job at my daughter's school, so now I can see her Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 3:30 and get to have lunch with her. That's thinking outside the box. Guys usually do that. Traffic cam bird. Was there a purpose for Roman Dada Chadrans? Yeah, to bash you in the skull.
That's almost 99.5% of all the ballots cast in this general election. But there's still work. Hi, I'm Bill Gates, chairman of the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors, and I'm down here today at Maricopa County Elections. You know, our folks here at Elections have now counted over 1.5 million ballots. That's almost 99.5% of all the ballots cast in this general election.
And it only took you a week.
But they're still working, and they're very busy. Today,
Yeah,
they're
they look
working on
busy.
reconciling the election day ballots with check-ins. They're also counting up all the write-in votes. And finally, they're processing the ballots with signatures that have been cured since the deadline of 5 p.m. on Wednesday. That's what election integrity looks like. Now, I know that there are people out there that are frustrated by the time that this is taking.
Yeah.
And actually, on Wednesday of this week, my colleagues and I heard from people from around the county who had questions and concerns about how this election has been run. Throughout the weekend,
Yeah, your ass
while
ought to be
our
out of a
team
job.
is continuing to count the last few ballots, I'm going to be answering some of those questions. Because I realize
That was a
not
cut.
everyone has the ability to be down here at Maricopa County elections to see how secure our elections really are.
How
I
secure
understand
are they?
how passionate people are about this election. I know that we had many hard-fought races, but we have to give these folks the opportunity to complete this count, to make sure that all the laws are followed, to make sure that only eligible votes are counted. This is the way that we've done it here in Arizona for decades.
So y'all been
Here
cheating for
in
decades?
Maricopa County,
He just
we
come out and said they've been
respect the
cheating
will
for
of the people.
decades.
And I'm confident that the residents of Arizona will do the same. Thank you.
What the media wants you to believe, the reality. See this map? Look, Sassy, see this map? Red is Republican, blue is Democrat. Kyle Rittenhouse, that's a dead-eye shot right there, boy. That boy can shoot. That boy can shoot. Hell yeah, he can shoot. Woman who paid for Russian propaganda on her political appointment warns Republicans will try to sway 2024 election. This bitch is a witch. Well, reckon we're going to wrap this up for today because it's getting on to the dark side. We're going to go over and pew just a little bit. We appreciate y'all being in here. Too bad we didn't get to talk to Robbie. I was looking forward to having like an hour-long conversation with him to stretch the show out. He didn't seem to call. But we'll see y'all over on the game side. Y'all come see us. And if we don't see you on the game side, you can kiss my ass, bitches. We'll see you. When, Jamie? Later. Later.